All right, team, welcome to day three's number lesson, and hopefully you got into number 2. If you haven't, I would highly encourage you to go back and listen to that. It's an important lead into this today's session. So, quick recap. The performance formula was what is overarching this whole concept and framework for me. We have this great unlimited potential, and remember, monks can dry those sheets bone dry within an hour. The amount of stuff my grandmother could remember was just phenomenal. We have this potential, but we also have massive interference that is getting in the way of this potential. It's kind of shadowing it, which causes us to perform the way we are currently performing. Now, we've looked at a couple of interferences. The stress response, that human wiring that we've all got occurs and causes us to protect and preserve ourselves. We behave in certain ways. We talk in certain ways when we're in stress response, and we feel in certain ways. Hopefully, you've started to notice some of that over the last couple of days when you've observed yourself. In day 2's lesson, we talked about the red eye or the reticular activating system and how this causes us to create a story around someone else, which is a belief. Stories and beliefs are same. All right, and so I used that example about the story I made up of my darling. Well, initially it was she could do anything. She could walk on water. Just the way she walked at university was just amazing. And the story in my head was, she's amazing, ticks all my boxes. And then, 14 years later, the story changed because of an event. And I started to collect evidence to support that story, and belief turned into a belief, sorry. So that caused interference with my performance with her, but also in other areas of my life. Today's lesson is around third interference, our personal story, and how that causes interference. So let's, and then how that also, all of those interferences cause us to be, affect whether we are below or above the line. And I'm hoping you've experienced life is very different when you're above the line than below the line. I mean, just look at those behaviors and thoughts. All right, so just what I didn't emphasize yesterday was, the red eye like we said, the red eye made me miss the mops with my darling. It made me miss the gorilla. If some of you missed the gorilla or some of the images in the picture formula, totally missed it. It's right there in front of me, but I missed it. And what I missed was during that time when I thought she was lazy, inconsiderate, and that stopped, by the way. So all the females out there can stop stabbing me when I talk about those words. And it's pretty harsh, isn't it? Pretty sad. So what I missed was, in that time, she was studying when we had our first child. So she gave birth during the study, having to go through all of that, and she got top of the class with honours. So how amazing is that? That's moment of perfection or what? Then there was another time during our second child that she did a property development, did a removable house onto the section, and she made probably a half a year's salary out of that project. Like, that's massive. And all I could focus on was that she was lazy, inconsiderate, and selfish. The story and belief became this habit. I just woke up every day in that habit. And a habit is a program that just ticks over without us even having to think about it. And again, I love Dr. Joe Dispenza explanation here of a program.
Well, a habit is a redundant set of automatic, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that's acquired through repetition. A habit is when you've done something so many times that your body now knows how to do it better than your mind. So if you think about it, people wake up in the morning, they begin to think about their problems. Those problems are circuits of memories in the brain. Each one of those memories are connected to people and things at certain times and places. And if the brain is a record of the past, the moment they start their day, they're already thinking in the past. Each one of those memories has an emotion. Emotions are the end product of past experiences. So the moment they recall those memories of their problems, they all of a sudden feel unhappy, they feel sad, they feel pain. Now, how you think and how you feel creates your state of being. So the person's entire state of being when they start their day is in the past. So what does that mean? The familiar past will sooner or later be predictable future. So if you believe that your thoughts have something to do with your destiny, and you can't think greater than how you feel, or feelings have become the means of thinking, by very definition of emotions, you're thinking in the past. And for the most part, you're going to keep creating the same life.
Ooh, those last words always give me the chills. Let's quickly just break that down, because there is a little bit in there. So habit is a program, and this stood out massively for me when I did my first 48-hour fast. And if you started it and maybe didn't finish, or even if you did finish, hopefully you notice what the program was. The body does it better than the mind. In my first fast, I think I recorded in like a 2-hour period, I got up like 20, 30 times to go to the cupboard or the fridge. And I stopped myself. I was like, what are you doing here? You're not allowed to eat. And the body just came out, I need a pick me up. I need a hit. Just because I'd done a little bit of work. And so other times where I've overeaten, I didn't even want the food, but my hand's already going for it and it's filling it. I don't need it, I don't want it, and I would start chewing it. And I'm just like, I'm just so full. My body is just going better, knows it does it better than the mind. So that's what the program is, or habit is. Now, how many of us wake up in the morning in a state? What state of being are we in? And that state of being is dictated by the way we think and feel. You know, again, if we woke up going on holiday, it's a very different feeling and thinking that's going on rather than going to work. And so our state of being is massively different, isn't it? And our state of being is above or below the line. So I was, I'll get into that next actually. So this fasting experience enabled me to identify the feelings, that my feelings had become the normal, the way of thinking. Oh, I've got a grumble on my puku, time to eat. Actually, check in with your puku. Are you full? Yeah, I'm full. It's just some gas bloody going around the intestines or something. And so this habit and pattern was repeated for so many times. It was just automatic. Here's a noise or a feeling in my puku. I'm hungry. Let's eat. Oh, a sense of achievement because I've sent an email. Let's have something to eat. Oh, I need some reward because I've just done some work. Oh, I grab something to eat. Automatically, just get up and be on this program for my eating. So, for me, and it'd be great to hear some of your experiences in the fast, I was then able to separate the feelings from the mind and finally bring back control with the mind by just checking in. Is that and there's a couple of things, I forget who I learned this off, but he talked about when you have this feeling, you can say, or thought, you can say, is that really true? So I got a feeling in my puku. Well, it's lunchtime, 12 o'clock. Oh, yeah, it's lunchtime. Are you hungry? And whatever the answer is, if it says, oh, don't know, or yes, is it true? Maybe. Is it absolutely true? Nah, actually, I'm not hungry. The body's just so conditioned to getting something right now. It's 12 o'clock. It's due to eat. All right, so separating the feelings from the emotions, because this last statement here, you know, if our feelings and emotions are the outcomes of memories from the past, and we keep making our current decisions based on how we feel and our emotions, then we're going to get similar results. We're going to do the same actions, aren't we? Because those feelings are from the past, past events, past memories. And so, okay, yeah, my puku's rumbling. Yeah, from the past, that has indicated that I need to eat. And so how have you noticed, if you look back on your life's journey, have you noticed, has there been any repeating patterns? I mean, in eating for me, well-being, there was for me trying to get in shape. I'd try and aim for something, fall off the wagon, aim for something, fall off the wagon. Because I would let my feelings dictate my actions. Finances, maybe. That's always a good one. And maybe relationships. Can you see that there are some repeating patterns in your journey to date? So, clicking on the main video below, we're going to dive into the third type of interference, which is our story and our beliefs about you or ourselves. Catch you there.